when I was doing this devo, it's always interesting how God shows you things, and kind of part of my devo was what Pastor Stovall was talking about in his message. So I was like, all right, cool. And he's talking about prayer. For anybody that missed it, he was talking about about our prayer life, the relationship we have with God. And this week, you know, I was thinking about some things like, why do some situations in our life just never work out? Why sometimes do we try and try and try, and sometimes no matter what we do, things just don't work out the way we want it to? And when I was thinking about that, a passage came to my mind out of Ezekiel chapter 47. And in Ezekiel, God showed Ezekiel a vision, okay? And he's seen a temple, and out of the side of this temple flowed a river. And this river flowed out to the east and went down south into the ocean, okay? So after that, he's seen this, an angel came, and he took Ezekiel to kind of waist high in the river, to knee high, you know, and then on and on and on up to eventually it was over Ezekiel's head. And then the angel had to like take Ezekiel and bring him back to the shore. And when I was reading that, I was like, that's kind of funny. The angel just drowned Ezekiel. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting, you know? And so after that, the angel took him back to the shore, and he told Ezekiel, he said, everything that goes by this river will live. Everything. And he said that there will be trees by this river, and there will be fish in the river. And he goes, even the trees will produce fruit, and the leaves will be used for nourishment. So as I was studying this, I said, you know what? It's really weird that he gave a bunch of details about the trees. These trees, to me, kind of stand out. So I started to study, and it's interesting because the temple in this passage actually represents Jesus, okay? And this river represents the gospel, right? Flowing into the world, producing life into the world, right? So the gospel is going out. It's giving life. Everything that is by the gospel that's a part of Jesus is going to receive life, okay? So if the temple represents Jesus and the river the gospel, what do you think the trees represent? They represent us, okay? So I was like, okay, cool, you know, we're the trees. When we receive nourishment from the gospel, that, you know, we're going to produce life. But as I started to think about this, I was like, you know what? Trees actually have kind of a problem. Trees have a setback. Trees have to be planted and rooted in something, right? Trees can't go anywhere. Like that tree behind us right there, it's stuck. Can't go anywhere, okay? So for a tree to receive nourishment and grow, it has to be planted in a location. So these trees had to be planted by what? The river, the gospel. The trees had to be planted in Jesus to receive nourishment, to be able to grow, okay? So these trees would produce fruit, and it said in the Bible that this fruit would be used for nourishment, for food, and then the leaves would be used for healing, okay? So just like us, when we're planted in Jesus, we can produce food, good works, and what we can do is give healing and help to other people. You know, just like we come out here and play volleyball, right? We come out here and play volleyball every single week, you know, so we can get better. We invest our time, we invest our energy. Some of us invest money into playing volleyball so we can become better. But see, we need to be doing that with Jesus and in the Bible too. You see, if you want to get better at something, if you want to prosper, you have to invest yourself. And in Psalms 1:3, it actually says that they are like trees planted by the streams of water. Okay? And it says that in due season, they will produce fruit, their leaves will never wither, and everything that they do will prosper. Right? So again, another reference in the Bible, us to trees. And that's just super important because remember what I talked about at the very beginning? I said that why sometimes do things just not work out? Why sometimes when we try and try and try, that it's just not happening. It's not working. And it's because what I feel is we're planted in the wrong place. You know, we invest our time, we invest our energy, like Pastor Stovall said, to tweeting and getting on Facebook, and we invest all of our energy and we plant ourselves in the wrong places, and we wonder why we reap the wrong results. You see? if you want good results, you have to be planted in a good place. One of my good friends always made the joke to me, he goes, you had to plant yourself to prosper, you know? And I never really got that until now. I'm like, plant yourself to prosper. I'm like, you know, what are you talking about? Investing money? I don't get that. But now it makes sense, you know? If you want a life of purpose, you have to plant yourself. If you want to reap good things, you have to plant yourself and invest in good things. So that's just what I wanted to share with y'all today, to make sure that we kind of keep the mindset of everything that we're investing in it. So if what we're investing in is going to be the fruit of our labor, it's the results we're going to get.